Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with a video about the products I regret buying. So I'm gonna go through all the products in the order of which I applied them to my face. And the first thing I have is a foundation, and this one is from LA Girl and it's the Pro Coverage HD foundation. I did a first impression of this, so I will leave that up in the cards. And I think it's a pretty good foundation. However, after some playing around with this, I feel like this breaks me out. I'm pretty sure this breaks me out because after filming that first impression, I got really bad breakouts. And also, I feel like when I use this, every time I use this, I had some more breakouts, which is not good. How I've been using this currently is that I mix this in with another foundation that is a bit too dark for me, because this one is my winter shade, so I kind of do 2 pumps of that and 1 pump of this ratio. I usually do like maybe a pump and a half and then a half pump of this, but you get the point. That's the only way that I figure out how to use it, and I feel like if I mix in too much of this, I still break out. So that's the reason why I regret buying this. I do have the white shade as well. I haven't played around with that as much, but hopefully, fingers crossed, that won't break me out, because it's really nice to have a white foundation in your cupboards. But yeah, just this formula is unfortunately not anything for me. So next up we have another product from LA Girl. There haven't been that great, the products that I've tried, but that is the Pro Conceal concealer in the shade Porcelain. So this concealer have so many rave reviews. People love this stuff. However, I don't like it. I'm currently using both of these products, so it's not that I am decluttering them, and that is also something that I wanted to mention. I won't have that many products in here because there are so many products that I have kind of regretted buying and then decluttered. So if you want to see my declutter videos, I've done one for blushes and one for liquid lipsticks, so I will leave that up in the cards. And I will also leave my Beauty Balance playlist up in the cards, because in there I mention all of the declutters from each month. But anyway, this one I am trying to use up because it works. It's an okay concealer, however it's not that great. I would never repurchase this because, first of all, I don't think it's high coverage at all, which is kind of funny because the name is Pro Coverage, and also this is so drying. It just completely dries out my under eyes, and that really sucks because I do have like really dry skin sometimes, especially in the winter, and this one is in my winter shade, so I haven't really been able to use this that much. So unfortunately, this is not something that I am that happy with. So yeah, this is something that I definitely regret buying, but I am gonna use it up because I do have it in my collection now. Next up we have a product that is not actually a regret because of the product, but because of the shade. I have one of the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealers, and this one is in the shade Honey. So I got shade matched to this back in the summer, a couple years back. And I asked them to match me with one shade darker than I was at the point, because it was the beginning of summer and I knew that I was getting more tanned. And they gave me this shade, and yeah, I don't know if you will be able to see on camera. I feel like it looks pretty decent on camera, but it's just like so... The undertone of this is just so weird. It kind of has like a peachy undertone, so it's not warm nor cold. Like, it's definitely not pink toned, but I usually suit very yellow toned concealers. However, this one just doesn't suit me at all. It's just like, it's very peachy, which is not flattering for me. So I have been keeping it around because sometimes I use this to mix in with concealers that are too light, for example this one. But it's just not a great shade, so I really definitely regret buying this in the shade that I have. But I do think this is an awesome concealer, which is why I haven't gotten rid of this yet. Next up we have a blush, and this one I think is really pretty and I love it. Like, I think this blush is so nice and I definitely recommend it. So that may be weird in a products I regret buying video, but that is the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Luminoso. This is a cult favorite and I think it's definitely worth all the hype. It's really nice. The reason why I regret buying this is because I have an exact dupe of this in the Coralista blush from Benefit. So I had this blush for a long time, and I had it way before I bought the Luminoso blush. But I don't know if you will be able to see on camera, but they are basically identical. I will swatch them out for you as well so you can see. It's kind of unnecessary for me to have both of them. They look basically identical. They are so similar in color. I have them swatched as well, so I will show you that. So these are the two blushes. There are a tiny bit of shade difference. This one is the Coralista and this one is the Milani Luminoso. The Luminoso blush is a tad bit or more orange than this one, but they are basically identical. They're so similar and they give exactly the same effect to my cheeks. So I feel like having this is enough and I shouldn't really need to have this one as well. But I do really like the effect of these blushes. So as for now, I want to keep both of them because it is a shade that I love, but I know how long it takes me to use up a blush, which is why I regret buying this before even being near finishing this one. So next up we have a highlighter from NARS, and this one was so hyped a couple years back and I bought it because of that, and it is the Albatros highlighter. So this is what it looks like. It just looks like a white powder with a little bit of a sheen to it, but it is basically just this like really reflective white based highlighter with a golden reflex. You can see it right there. The reason why I regretted buying this is because I don't really like the undertone in this. I think a gold highlight can look stunning, but I prefer to use those in the summertime. And this one, since it has quite a white base, you can definitely see it there. It doesn't really work for me in the summertime, which is where I would like to use it. So I don't feel like I have gotten that much use out of this. I would probably say that this is the oldest highlighter in my collection as of now. And you can see I barely used it. Also, it's not super blinding. It's just like, it is like highlighting, but it's not that blinding, which is also something that I look for in a highlighter. So this one is pretty, but it's just something that I regret buying. If I had the opportunity to buy it again, I wouldn't do that. But it is still unique in my collection, which is why I've kept it around. So yeah, that is it with this product. But yeah, I wouldn't purchase this, I wouldn't recommend it, but I do have it, so I will continue using it. So next up we have eyeshadows, and I have a few single eyeshadows and then a palette. So I'll start with the single ones, and the first one I have is an eyeshadow from MAC, and it's one of their extra mention eyeshadows in the shade Amourous Alloy. I had this in my product pan in the beginning of the year, but I took it out. It's the only product that I've taken out of the project, and this is what it looks like. It's just like this kind of reddish brown, and I think it's a stunning shade. I really loved using it in the project pan. You can see it's swatched right there. As you can see, it is a stunning shade. The problem with this is that I have at least 4 shades that are exactly the same. I have one shade from MAC, can't remember what it's called. I will leave it down below in the description box. And that is basically exactly the same shade, but in their regular eyeshadow formula. So although this is a stunning shade, I just don't reach for this, and I just kind of regret having it because I do have shades that are really similar. And yeah, I just don't use these shades that much anymore, so I kind of regret buying this one, although it is really, really pretty. So next thing is also something that is super, super pretty, but I just don't use, and that is this eyeshadow from Kicks, which is a Swedish beauty store, which is kind of like Sephora, but in Sweden. So this one is one of their baked eyeshadows in the shade Galaxy. And this one is so pretty. It's stunning. So this is what it looks like. It's just this black shadow with like silver glitters in it, and like I said, it is so pretty, but I never use black eyeshadow, and these type of eyeshadows that are black with like a black matte-ish base with glitters in them, you can't really use them in the outer corner as much. They're mainly for like a smoky eye, and you probably noticed I don't really wear smoky eyes, so I don't use it, but I can't get rid of it because it's so pretty to look at, and I love swatching this. And yeah, but I kind of regret buying it because I haven't used it. I can't even say that I used it once going out. Maybe I played around with it at home, but yeah, I definitely regret buying this because I just don't use it, but it's so pretty to look at. Next up we have a category of things, and those are loose eyeshadows. I have 2 left in my collection. I used to have way more, but these are so pretty. I'm gonna swatch this one, for example. This one is from H&M. And it's like just a loose eyeshadow, and it's like so pretty and so reflective, and it's beautiful, but they're so messy to use and I just don't use them. You can see that's the swatch right there, and it's so pretty, but I just don't use it. This one is from Berry M. It's one of their Dazzle dusts, and as you can see, it just comes in a tub without a lid, without a sifter, and it's just like so messy to use. But again, it's just pretty. Like, the pigment is really nice, but I just don't use it because it's in a loose form. You can see the Dazzle dust right there. It's also really pretty. But yeah, I kind of regret buying loose eyeshadows because I know that I don't use them, and I kind of learned that now, and I never buy loose eyeshadows no matter how pretty they are, because yeah, I just never use them, and I definitely regret buying these. So when it comes to the eyeshadow palette, this one I remember swatching and I thought it was the most prettiest thing ever, and I wanted it so bad, and yeah, I picked it up, and it's one from NARS, and it's one of the Narcissist eyeshadow palettes, and this one is the Dual Intensity eyeshadow palette. This is what it looks like, and it has a lot of the Dual Intensity eyeshadows from NARS, and some of these colors are so pretty, like Himalaya right there is so pretty. And I think this one is Europa, the other one is really pretty too, and then yeah, they're so pretty. But if you take away these four, the four colors right here are just so dark. I never use dark eyeshadows, as you probably know. And yeah, kind of in this palette, there's only basically one shade that I would buy the full size of, and that is Himalaya. So I don't really use this. I just feel like this formula of eyeshadow isn't that great. They're really pretty to swatch, but they're not that easy to use on the eyes. And yeah, I haven't used this much. I have tried to force myself to use this. Before I started my channel, I tried to do a mini product pan with this for like a month. And you can see, like, I didn't even wear away the patterns on most of them. So yeah, this one is just one that I don't like. It's one that I'm potentially gonna like declutter eventually, but it has some shades that are really pretty, and since I already have it, I kind of don't want to, but I just don't use it, and I'm kind of torn about what to do with this one. But it's definitely one that I regret buying because I don't really like it too much. And the last item I have is a lip product, and it kind of goes in the same vein as the Milani blush, and that is two lip liners from NYX. These are the first one is the NYX lip liner, is the regular one, and then I have one that is the suede matte liner. So I had this one first, which is the regular liner, and so you can see it right there. However, this is really purple, and I was looking for a liner that I thought was more burgundy, which I thought this one was. So I picked this one up as well. And yeah, I haven't used this one as much because I'm trying to use up the other one. But swatching that one next to this one, you can see they're basically identical. Like, they look a bit different on camera, but in person, they're literally identical. I feel like this is the exact same liner in two different pencils. And yeah, I kind of wanted something burgundy. I got a bit something more purple. I tried picking up another one, wanted a burgundy again, and got another one that was more purple. So I definitely regret picking this one up because I do have this one already, and I don't reach for these that often. I kind of force myself to use the older one a bit more because I am trying to use it up, but I still am looking for a burgundy lip liner, and these ones aren't it. But yeah, I think I should have settled with one of them, but I definitely regret buying the other one, and potentially both of them, if I'm honest. And that was all for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. I know this may have been a bit negative because it is a video about things that I regret buying, but I still very hope that you enjoyed the video, and if you did, give it a thumbs up. So yeah, I hope you're having a great day, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye, guys!